Hey everybody, this is Dave Nassie with Next Level Guitar, and coincidentally that just worked out perfect. As soon as I stopped, the jam track was done. That was my cue. So today what we're going to talk about is some more accelerated pentatonic licks. I want to talk about some extreme bending. I think that'll be kind of nice to do here within our playing as well. Kind of happened naturally there as I was playing over the track, so let's go that direction a bit. I think that'll be kind of cool. So I'm using a jam track, as I often do here over at Next Level. These things are so helpful in your everyday playing. I can't tell you enough. So please check out the website and see what we've got available to you, because they make practicing a lot of these things that we talk about just so much nicer to do for real, because you're playing along with a band. You're not just playing by yourself, hanging out by yourself, staring at a wall. You got a jam track, and that's perfect. Hey everybody, I have not forgotten to mention, please click on that link that you see below in the YouTube text box. If you want a video that is not available on YouTube, it comes with a coinciding ebook that has all kinds of scale shapes and chord diagrams. It is just what you need if you want a lesson here from Next Level that is not available on YouTube. All you got to do is very simply just click on that YouTube text box and you got that link. So I'm in D minor pentatonic today. That's kind of what I'm going to talk about. So let's quickly do this as we usually do. Let's outline our shapes that are going to be played in this video lesson. That is my first position D pentatonic. I'm going to use my second position D pentatonic as well, so let's take a look at that one. Okay, so within those two shapes, we've got a lot that we can work with. So one of the things that I think is really important, we're going to start first here. We're going to start with doing some crazy bends, and I think that's important to do. I'm going to focus on our second form of pentatonic, and I'm going to live right here in this world. Just put the D on there just to resolve it a little bit. So within the shape, we've got a lot that can be accomplished here. So let's talk about a big bend. We're just going to dive right on in. No holds barred. We're going right in here with this bend. I love this bend. We can take it further. So much is going on right there with this bend. It's such a good characteristic of playing to make sure that we put it in there. So I've got this F note being bent up a quarter step, creeping into my F sharp tonality. I'm going to take that F sharp and bend it up too close to being a G. I'm going to hit that G note, and then I'm going to go just beyond it. Each one carries just a little bit up. You're going to feel it in your fingertips. It's a fantastic lick to execute. Now, I'm plucking these notes with my middle finger of my right hand. I feel like the articulation is a little bit different, but a really cool lick to put into your playing. Now, coming out of that, what could we do? We're talking about extreme bending today. So I'm going to hold that note, and I'm going to come down, I'm going to hit it, and let that thing fall. Pre-bends. Really cool thing to execute. Now, a lot is going on with my left hand, I have to say, within this, because my first finger kind of extends over, if you notice, to block the third and fourth string just a little bit, so I don't hear any excess string noise. Now typically on a single note bend, I'll say to have these fingers here because it increases your ability to have strong control of the note. If I'm muting it this way, I'm not going to hear any of the movement or the tension that's created from these strings here. So we've got a nice lick, we fall, and that's going to be lick number one that we're going to put over this track. And then we've got some good resolution there on that D because we're playing in D minor, and it's a strong way to go about it. So another thing that we can do here, let's talk about some crazy bends. That's cool. That's combining our two shapes together. Again, and now notice in the instruction of these licks, it's a bit dry, but the information is being transferred. We're going to kick up the track, and this will jump to a whole nother level. So keep that in mind. That's what we do. Take it to the next level. We're going to bend this note up. And we're going to pull that one down. So I bent my A note up there. I'm going beyond a whole step with that. I'm really being aggressive with it and trying to put as much in it as I can. hit my G, hit this F, and pull down. Resolve it to your D. Really cool, aggressive licks through bending. That's what we're trying to accomplish in this video. Nice ways to really get in there and be aggressive and throw in some different things. I like to use these licks because you gotta say to yourself, when I'm bending up, take your traditional nice little bend there within your pentatonic scale. Of course, we've all seen this lick and heard this lick. For those of you who haven't, it looks just like this. I'm bending my G to be my A, so why can't I slide up to my A? Do one and then the other. Aggressive with some of those bends. All right, so you know what we got to do? We got to kick up this track and we got to make this thing work in your everyday playing. So we've got some bends that we're going to throw in. Now let's accelerate some licks here and see what we can get into, maybe through some raking motions and things like that. First bend. Nice little way to resolve there. I gotta mention that. That's a nice ending phrase to anything in your blues playing in any position. A quick little pull off to whatever note is, of course, preceding it in the scale. It's accelerated. There's two notes. That's pretty fast. I'll say that. Hey, it's an accelerated lick. Ooh, good bend. Two-string bends. We covered some of those in some other lessons, but they're great to be able to do in any situation. Really hard on the hands, but great stuff to do. Okay, so let's move things around a little bit. Let's try to get a little faster here. I'm going to throw this in. What was that? Let's talk about what that was. That was a cool lick all into itself. So, kind of a combination of a lot of different styles, a lot of different genres going on here. Now you're saying to yourself, Dave, this note is not in the pentatonic scale. This E note. I realize this, of course. This can fall in line with a couple of different scale positions, but you know what? I'm going to say right now it sounds cool. If it sounds cool, it is cool. Let's take some theory out of this. Let's put some emotion into it today. But technically, yes, we're playing out of our Dorian scale position. But we don't have to necessarily mention that by throwing in that note. I'm going to take it. You don't have to use your pinky. You can start with your index finger. Sliding from that C up to that D. Nice lick right there. Nice big bend. Listen to the aggression that you can get by diving into that bend. Let's watch what's happening here. I'm going to take that bend, I'm going to rake into it, and crank it beyond a full step bend there. If anything, that's a minor third, and a little bit beyond. But it sounds great. It's all about making sure that we have space in our playing and in our phrasing. That's really, really important. We can use large bends to create just that, draw the listener in and create a little bit of tension. What's going to happen next? I don't know. Maybe I'll bend a note. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's put that there nice and slow so we can tap that out for you. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one as well. That note I hit there was C coming out of the pentatonic. play around there. There's a lot of good movement. Let's play this slowly. Sliding up to that flat 5. Back down. Back up to the flat 5, laying my third finger flat to hit C. Another good one. So what do we have out of today's lesson? We've got a strong focus on doing some bends within these pentatonic shapes, and for all intents and purposes, we want to stay structured within our scale shape, but we want to put a lot of emotion into it. We want to put some aggression into it. How can we attack these bends? How can we play them different? Be it with the fingers on your right hand. Some of these raking motions. And really, more than anything, pushing the stress on these poor little fingertips so that way you can get in there and get some good feel in your playing. Everybody, thank you so much for checking out this lesson. I hope I just didn't jam for you, because it feels like I did a little bit more jamming than teaching, but you know what? At the end of the day, these are all good things. So, thanks for checking out the lessons. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.